This is the Gore Club podcast with Steve Vessell, Ace, and Deathmetal Dave. All right, welcome to the Gore Club podcast. I'm Steve Vessell.
Deathmetal Dave.
I'm Ace.
And Ace, and this week we go back to the drive-in. Ace style.
Back to the drive-in. I went back to VHS-FEST. 9.
I've
been doing this for 9 years.
So this is their 9th year. I've been going since VHS-FEST 5.
Wow.
And then next year's the Big 10, which they said they got a lot of stuff planned for that. So.
Fuck yeah, dude. You're a grampy.
Yeah. So there's people I know that have been going there since like the very first one, and they're kind of already at the point where it's like jaded, where they're like, it's not like it used to be.
Oh, that's every fucking event. Like Horror Hound. Remember when like conventions, like remember before The Walking Dead ruined everything.
Well, there was a hard line there where you can trace it back. VHS-FEST. I wouldn't think it's like, oh my God, they showed Ghoulies once or something like that. And it's all downhill.
I was listening to the Bad Taste podcast today at work, and those guys have been going since the first one. And one of them on there was like, it's a little different now. Because I guess I get it, because like the first
all
few
these
years,
children.
Well, the first few years, he's like, it's literally like 100 people showed up to watch video violence on the screen, and it was almost all like shot on video movies. And now they're showing big movies like Basket Case.
Oh yeah, $35,000 movie,
yeah. But
shot on 16 millimeter, big time.
Yeah, but also, and now they said there were 800 people there, compared to the 100 people who showed up the first year. I was like, God,
it's called success.
Yeah,
they were happy about it.
Yeah, they were like, I get it though. It's a business. I'm very happy that the Mahoning is open and it's making money. I was like, yeah, I get it.
I'm not going to shit on that podcast because I get it.
No, yeah.
We all been like, good old days.
Yeah, the good old days.
When only 3 of us like these kind of movies.
Now you got to share it with all the other nerds.
But yeah, those people that came, and then the next people came, and then they brought their kids, and now those kids are old enough to actually maybe drive themselves.
Yeah, and I think, people just like, it used to be like this little thing we liked, and then it turns into like a thing that a lot of people like.
We all hate that. It's called this horror genre.
It used to just be my friends. Now we're all here hanging out together.
It's like the exploitation genre. It's like, we don't really understand these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this year we actually did the smart thing again and left a day early. So we had, able to wake up and be nice and refreshed to go on Friday. So we left on Thursday. Me and my buddy Josh Hackney and my other buddy Travis headed out, and we did
Travis
stop.
Reams, by
Travis
the way.
Reams,
if you're not a
fan of the show, top fan on the phone.
Oh yeah.
We did stop at the Goth Taco Bell on the way there.
You've mentioned this a couple times. Is it because of the music?
Yeah,
it's because of the music. Right?
It's because the first few times we walked, the first time we went in there, they were playing like Depeche Mode and like repeat, and like
are they playing like Bauhaus this time?
Yeah, like we went there this time.
Taco Bell is dead,
and we found the same one. And like the people working there were all like black hair, like tattoos, like
so cool.
Yeah, and then we went there this year. We walked in, they were playing Devo.
Oh, so, no. You know what, though? It's not like it used to be, buddy. I'm just saying. Back in the day.
So now it's more of the new wave Taco Bell.
Right. It was like that first Ministry album. You don't understand. It's not like the other stuff.
But, yeah. And then, we had a few things on the way. We stopped at like the world's worst liquor store I've ever been in my entire life.
It just has Jack Daniels in the bourbon section?
Dude, yeah. I swear it was like that. We went in there and we were like, well, hey, there's this right off the interstate. We'll just stop in there real quick. And we were in Maryland or something. And I went in there and they had like one bottle of bourbon on the actual shelf for all the whiskeys. It was Kentucky Tavern.
Oh no!
Ooh. And then
for those that don't know, that's trash.
Yeah, it was like there was a liquor shortage in this town or something. Like, and then like behind it there was a $42 bottle of Maker's Mark, which was marked up a tad,
a little bit,
yeah,
a little bit,
and everything else was just sugary liqueurs, like little bottles where it just looks like, like their main demographic is people popping off work for like a cherry limeade vodka or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Know your audience and you'll make money.
The wine cooler kids.
Yeah. So,
did you get their best Bartles and James?
And we bought
That's how I know you're going to die soon, dude.
We bought the $42 bottle of Makers while we were there because we forgot to buy some before we left.
Someone posted from their Instagram, like they were drinking Mad Dog at the VHS-Fest, and that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's Benny's thing. He buys the worst alcohol that no one wants to drink. Like, Like,
he shows up with the king cobras and Malort.
So fast forward, we got to the Airbnb, and he had got there, and my buddy Tom, who was staying with us, got there like right before we did. So we walk in, and he's got, those buzz balls.
No,
they come in those little ball of like the most sugary liquor you've ever had in your life.
Katie's shaking her head. Were they good?
No.
Oh, they came out after I stopped drinking, so I have no idea.
Oh, well, maybe we'll lick one.
They're disgusting. And like he shows up, except it's not a little tiny one. It's like a bowling ball sized buzz ball.
Ooh.
That's like, it's like as big as that pumpkin, like with a little top on it. And he's like, oh, I brought the juice.
God damn.
He's like, you like the juice?
He brought, it totally makes up because last episode we had Dr. Benny Graves on the podcast, and he mentioned Mad Dog just in passing, talking about somebody else, talking shit about them.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So then he was like, here, pass this buzz ball around and we're all going to take a shot. And I took like the tiniest little bit and I was like, nah, I'm not drinking this. This is terrible. And it ended up, nobody even finished it. Like by the end of the weekend, it was like half of a thing still in there.
You don't like headaches?
And I was like, throw that shit away before he tries to make somebody else drink it.
What flavor was it?
Look at you, like you care.
It was like something stupid. It was just like, it was like something like blue crazy berry or something, like some dumb thing like that.
I knew it was going to be blue.
Like, I don't know what that is.
Red. It was just red. That was the flavor.
Yeah, those really sugary zombie shots that we sell at Gore Club are blue.
Yeah, it was something dumb like that. Just a big red giant ball of hangover is all it was.
Well, I thought it was funny. I brought a whole bottle of that to like a horror convention for the weekend, and it was just a sugar bomb, and I felt like complete shit.
Yeah, I can't do it. It just kills me. I just bourbon and straight beer. That's all I drink.
Yeah, it went from funny to this is a bad decision.
Bad idea,
dude. I think last year he brought like the Flavortown guy. He brought
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, he brought Guy Fieri. Had his own brand of like hard seltzers or something like that.
Oh, that's so that is totally his fucking like his crowd.
And then he also there was somebody there this year from Chicago who brought some Malort. And then Benny's big surprise was they went to they were at an estate sale and they bought one of those things like you would have at a church. So you put all the communion in.
Oh yeah.
And pass it around and the little gold and has a little cross on top. And he filled all those up with Malort and started handing them out to everybody.
Oh my God. That's brilliant.
No. He was like, this is the best $10 I ever spent.
Jesus. Those things are awesome. I love like weird gothic, like Christian Catholic crap. Like just, it's so weird.
Gold.
Yeah, of course it is.
But, then we ended up making, but once we got to the hotel or the Airbnb, I was looking at it and I was like, they had the book where you sign in. And last year we did Kay's boyfriend did the signing where it was like he drew the picture of Charles Bronson on there and like made it all fancy and blah, blah, blah. And then when I went and looked at it, I went to look back to see if it was still the same book and that was still in there. And then I noticed that a bunch of other people who also went to the Mahoning started drawing their own pictures in there. So somebody else had went there for like when they do the Zombie Fest thing and they draw on like 2 big pages full of like zombies and shit. And
that's amazing.
Thanks for letting us stay here and all this.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. We kind of started a little thing there.
Nace just drew a dick.
Yeah.
Juvenile.
But then we just boozed it up and then got up on Friday. Made our way up there, got in line about 2:00 so we could get our good spot.
What time did gates open?
Gates open at 3.
Only an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So we got there at 2 and we were probably like the 8th people in line.
What?
Yeah.
When I go to the Georgetown, I have to be like at least almost an hour and a half to 2 hours early just to be in the first 5 lines. And there's 2 lanes because there's 2 screens.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But they let the vendors in like way earlier than that though. But so when you get in there, everybody's kind of setting stuff up. The first thing I did when we got there was I knew the found footage festival guys would be there. And since like Latin, they are the ones who always have all the funny videos, like workplace safety and all that kind of stuff. So whenever we got there, I actually had 2 tapes I was going to give to them that I'd found. And one of them was like, it was like Ugandan leg fighting. It was like, and I took it.
Oh, wait, forget it. Like I'm thinking like people hitting each other with legs.
No, they're like, you're like on your
Don't
back.
look at me.
You like lay on your back and you're like fighting with your legs or something.
Wrestling.
Don't look at, holy shit.
So I found a tape of that recently and I was like, oh, they'll love this. Maybe they'll show it on the show or something like that. And then I found another one which I thought it was from like some kind of county fair, and it was going to be like clips of like this Arkansas fair in like the 80s, which I thought would be interesting. Like they would probably like that because they like that kind of weird,
like a heavy metal parking lot, but way worse.
Yeah. But when I put it on, it was just like barrel racing, like just
like horses
barrel racing. Somebody had an entire tape of just that.
Yeah.
But you think, oh, that's interesting. No, it's like number 1, and it goes around the barrel and comes back. Number 2 does the same loop around the barrel and comes back. And so I gave it to him because there's a thing on there, like one of the hosts, Joe, has a thing called Joe's Tedium Corner, where it's like literally like the most tedious shit you've ever seen in your life. And I was like, and the other host was at the booth, and I was like super excited because like I watch all their shit online all the time, and I was just like, oh, I watch all your stuff all the time, man. It's really cool. I really like watching it. And then like I said, I got a couple of tapes for you, and I said, this one is very tedious. And he's like, oh, I know a guy who will like that. So I gave him both the tapes, and he was like, oh, these actually look really weird. Thanks for this. And so
that's cool.
That was cool. That was but they do a lot of cool stuff. They do the Saturday morning cartoon thing that I watch on Saturdays, where they watch old cartoons and kind of make fun of them.
Yeah.
But all that stuff. There was the Bloodsick Productions people were there who I talked to. They described themselves as metal punk horror scum underground cinema.
They'll be coming here for us.
Yeah, and they're coming here with the Vic and Vic and Tarstars Scarecrow tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to be here.
It's going to be a Gore Club event.
I came aware of them because originally they went to Lexington and premiered, like they did Coven of the Black Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had talked about having them in for that. But either their messages got buried or maybe mine did. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, he said they basically had to do it like in somebody's living room almost, is like what it was.
Oh,
it was like a DIY venue, and they got there. It was like somebody's living room. But he said it was
something, man. It's like a house party, though. It's cool.
Very unique.
Make it work, right, Dave? We've done it. Right.
I was, walking around. They did before the first movie started on Friday. The found footage people did an interview with Frank Henenlotter, which was probably the most brief interview I've ever seen in my life. Cause
whoa,
like it wasn't a Mr. Nasty interview where it was
still
like
part of the,
is this still part of the prayer? They ended up doing, interviewing him, and it was like, they kept trying to get stuff out of him. And they were like, so like you're a big tape collector. What's like one of the weirdest tapes you think you have? And he was like, probably have to think about that one. I'll get back with you.
Oh, no.
It was just like, okay, we'll get with you tomorrow. And then it was like,
oh, that's kind of disappointing.
And then like one of them, he was like, do you have any stories about making Basket Case? And he did tell the story of them filming it and him actually having to run naked down the street. And like he was like, we didn't pull any permits for that to film anything.
No, it's guerrilla style filmmaking.
Yeah, he said
Ed Wood style.
They basically just parked a van on like two corners of a street, and he got out of one van and ran down the street in the middle of winter naked, and then hopped into the other van. That was pretty much it. And they was like, just try not to get like seen by anybody.
Yeah, you got that. It's wild because he has to have so many amazing stories. Like, all right, think about this. He was his first little short was a 16 millimeter movie he made for nothing, and they were going to do a midnight showing in New York, and the headliner movie was going to be Pink Flamingos, and they couldn't do it because the movie was too extreme. Its very first movie, and his second movie was a freaking Basket Case.
Yeah, and then like
I want to know these stories from this guy.
Yeah, and like he didn't hardly say anything.
It's a bummer,
and it was just like it's not. Yeah, it's
like he pleaded the fifth every time somebody asked him a question.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, he's old.
He's old. I get it.
But he was.
I don't. Damn it! I would want to tell everything.
I know, and I just was. I think they kind of got the idea that they weren't going to get much, and they're like, okay, on to the movie. Like,
oh, that's such a bummer.
So they did another interview with him on the second night, which was pretty much as brief, because even then they were like, you have any stories about working on brain damage or anything? And he was like, no, it was a pretty good time. It was just like,
oh no!
So they're like, okay, who wants to see some found footage?
Can you imagine having him as a guest on the podcast, and it would be like 35 minutes?
Dude, it was crickets.
It'd be good for TikTok.
Him. Like it was just nothing. And so then they played then of course they played Mr. Nasty's like video for like every year I've been there, they play it. And then like I've seen it so much that it's almost like I know all the lyrics to a song.
Yeah.
Except he's just up there like, oh, here's the other place. And he's like, I'm Mr. Nasty. nasty. Like, and it goes through all the Mr. Nasty stuff.
How many bag burgers had you had at this point?
Probably 2 or 3.
All right, so Saturday, 2. Yeah. We're at 2. Keep going.
There was definitely one day where we were there where I was just like, I stopped. I had a few beers. I was trying to drink water in between because it was hot.
Sure.
But I went and got something to eat, and I ate one of those burgers and was sitting there, and then just started sweating out all the beer that I drank that day. It was just like, oh God.
Yeah, it was
so hot.
Was it 1,000 degrees? You already answered that then.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that stinks. And you know, like the concessions are always the hottest part.
God, it's so hot inside there.
I can't believe it because people must pass out all the time.
I would
There's
think
people
so.
with Band-Aids on their head being like, what can I get you?
Dude, they got that popcorn machines like in there too. So it's just like red hot in front of that popcorn machine. You're like sweating. They got Frank in the same room where all the food is. So he's like sitting in there in this 1,000-degree room. And like, cause I guess they don't want to put him outside. So
where it's cooler.
It is cooler outside than it is inside that building.
Yeah, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the first movie they played was Basket Case, which I've seen a whole bunch. You know, I didn't go this year. Obviously, I never go just for the movies. But if I was this year, I would. It's most of the stuff I've owned or seen. There's only like 2 movies I've never seen before the whole weekend.
That's just like being a conventioneer. Like once you've been doing it for 10 years, you're going in for the family aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean that's why everybody's there. I mean, if you're going to VHS-FEST, you've seen Basket Case before. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, it'd be cool to meet Frank, but I wouldn't ask him any questions, obviously.
Yeah. Basket Case. You know, everybody liked it. I was looking forward to the second movie, which was called Twisted Issues, which the director, Charles Pinion, was there. And like, I don't know if we were just super tired by the time it came on, but it was like watching a skate video. Like, you know how like old skate videos were like cut.
Yeah.
It's like people like action, weird angle, like lighting. And it was just like watching something like that, like except in like a film form.
Yeah, that would be.
But like the whole plot.
Did it have a cool soundtrack like those skate videos though?
Nothing I even recognized. Like it could have been just local punk bands doing it. But it said like the plot of the thing, it's supposed to be some kind of like almost like a comedy / horror movie, but like it says like concerns a skateboarding teen's murder. And it's just a low budget shot on video gore film. But the only thing
sounds awesome.
It sounds awesome like on paper, but I was watching it and I was like, God, when is this going to end? Like it's just like I didn't like it, and there were people there who said they did like it, and then when they explained it, I was like, you didn't actually like this.
But did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, there's only one memorable thing from it, which is somebody in the movie just yells skateboard and like kill somebody or something. Like, I don't know.
That's what you do.
I think I dozed off when that happened, but like
just wakes up momentarily like, oh shit.
The one action scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, it was literally like that. It was just weird angles and cuts. I mean, it wasn't for me. It was kind of telling that Saturn's Core still had, because Saturn's Core does like special releases of whatever movie they're showing, and they'll have like a new release of that tape there, and they still had some left over after VHS-FEST was over. So
okay.
I was like, maybe I'm not the only one who didn't like it, because almost every year they sell out. So, because even the Rock Nelson movie last year with the fighting against a werewolf in broad daylight, you know, that sold out.
That's the one you brought up on the werewolf episode, right?
Yeah, David the Rock Nelson.
Oh man.
The third movie was Flesh Eating Mothers, which we didn't stay for that one because I think we were just so like beat down by the time I think we partied a little too hard the night before. So
it's all that blue juice.
Yeah, we drank way too much
ball juice
of the blue juice.
Way too much juice out of a ball.
I don't know, man. I'd be invigorated by the ball juice.
But yeah, as we got back, crashed about 2:30. Then Saturday we got up and did our usual. Went to the Perch. I got me some pork roll bagel.
That's right.
Which I decided this year, I don't know what it is. Of course, everybody up there is like, you get a real bagel here, like not like something you get back in Kentucky or something. I was like, what do you? And like, I don't know.
What do you think? We have nothing here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like nothing but bagel shops.
There's like real bagels here. Just like, we got pizza there.
It's like these are different kind of wings.
Like Benny's girlfriend ordered pizza for everybody, and I was like, man, this is some pretty good pizza. She was like, it's okay. It's not, don't act like it's real good. I was like, oh, I thought it was pretty good. It's not up to New Jersey standards.
And I'm a pizza snob, so I need to try that.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
But my biggest issue with the bagels up there is that when you get one, they put like like an inch of cream cheese on it, which for somebody with a big mustache is not really fun to eat on. We went there, went back, took a nap, got back in line about the same time on Saturday and got our good spot again, got everything lined up.
What's your idea of the good spot?
The good spot for us is like not like right in the middle, but we're kind of like off to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, you have a little side view of it, and then everybody can park next to each other, and like we can line up all of our canopies. So
I was going to say, that's the best part. You have to make sure you're not blocking somebody else's view, like your tents and bullshit. So
whenever, but
on the side's best.
They usually, they just tell everybody, like when you're doing that, they're just like, when the sun starts going down, take your canopy down so everybody can see, that's the only thing. My buddy Josh that was there, it was his first year going, and he opened up a White Claw and was like, so I could just like drink this anywhere here and nobody's going to say anything.
It's like Las Vegas.
And I was like, yeah, just be cool, dude. Like nobody, like, as long as you're not just like, I'll just, be cool. Everybody here. Cause, people just walk around, drink beer, doing stuff, he's like, I'm just not used to this. And I figure somebody's going to come out and tell me not to. Like,
nice. Now this is Josh from the world famous band Dirtbag.
Dirtbag.
If you love doom metal.
And Neglect. In his
oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
So,
I know he's a Halloween freak, so that makes me happy.
We've been friends since we were in elementary school. So imagine, spending a weekend with us where it's, nothing but inside jokes from the last 35 years we've known each other.
No, every once in a while he'll send me like something on Instagram, like, check out this new blow mold. I'm like, dude, that's fucking, I love that guy.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, he was a big hit with everybody there. That's his whole thing the whole weekend was
He's so fucking jolly.
Oh yeah. He was like, man, I can't wait to watch Sleepaway Camp 2 and Sleepaway Camp 3. This is my two. I like Sleepaway Camp 2 better than the first one. The whole reason I came was to see Sleepaway Camp 2.
So I'm waiting 3 days.
He bought a copy of Sleepaway Camp 2 on VHS while we were there.
Yeah.
For $85. I hope his wife's not listening.
Whoa.
And honestly, that's cheaper than I thought it would have been. Cause I've seen it for over 100.
Oh, I've seen it for like way more than that.
And
everyone's grading things now. They're all ruining bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like a slab, but now you have to get it in the encased bullshit plastic for $300. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
But he told Benny he was looking for it. And
Dave's like, I will.
Benny knew a guy. He's like, oh, I got a hookup over here on that Sleepaway Camp 2 VHS.
He just comes out with like a trench coat and he's just got that. He's just wearing nothing under the trench coat. It's just copies of Sleepaway Camp 2.
Yeah, and watches.
Yeah, so he ended up getting that from them, and then to fast forward to the third night for a second. As soon as they start playing Sleepaway Camp 2, I look over and his head is completely backwards in the chair and he's dead asleep.
Oh man, yeah.
He woke up about halfway through it, and like Travis was like, "Hey, buddy, your favorite movie's on."
That sounds awesome, man. That's exactly that's what happened to me every time.
Yeah. There's honestly, there's a lot more people that showed up we were missing a few people from last year. Some stuff happened. They couldn't make it. All of our Canadian friends were there.
Hell yeah.
Yasmina was there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was there. All the Canadian friends, name them all right now. But, Canadian friends were there. A lot of people from Philly were there that, Josh knew from like playing music and stuff. Dude Joe, he's in the band Bastard Cross. If you ever listen to, some sick death metal. Ryan, there's a guy Ryan who does, he works with, the Luther's Mid-Fright Snack guy.
Okay, awesome, yeah.
They worked together, and he played the Yeti in one of the videos he did or whatever.
Was he the one like a few years ago telling you like you have no idea how long it takes to make these fucking videos? And
oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. And I
love that goddamn shit.
He also does like Skull Pit Mutants, where he makes these little like mutants from the show, like this big out of like resin.
Does he actually like sell them?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
This year, he was there. This year, he had a lot of the Skull Pit Mutant stuff, and he had remember Mad Balls?
Oh yeah.
He had like a little foam Mad Ball thing he made, except it was the Phantom of the Paradise.
Oh,
that he made like a little Mad Ball out of.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's actually really cool. And it's like, he was like, this is all handmade shit, dude. I made all this stuff.
Well, for people that don't know, like the underground toy manufacturer, like it's not even boutique. It's like literally like us, but we're spread all over the world who may just make fucking toys. And it's huge. Yeah. It's huge. Just like the old school, like tape trading days, but it's toys. I love that. I love that shit. Yeah. I don't have the money or the time because they're not like cheap. It's like getting a muscle man like that, this shit is a badass. I love that stuff. Man.
Yeah. They're really cool. It's Skull Pit Mutants. If you look, I think he has an Instagram on there where you can buy that kind of stuff. I talked to the Luther's Mid-Fright Snack. He did the Pizza Party Massacre movie, which still, I think I asked him when he was going to tour that. He said he was still in the works trying to get that lined up because he wanted to do a tour of it, like play it in different places. And I was like, I know the perfect place.
I was going to say, yeah.
And I gave him all the information. He said he still had it. So
good.
But he's still in the and there's no physical release of it yet either, which I assume that, it's easy for me to be like, when's that going to come out? And it's like, hey, when are you going to spend a bunch of money and make something I can buy from you,
Yeah.
Also, my friends Matt and Matt, who I know through the Sale of Satan, they are both in the King Diamond cover band together. And
that's awesome.
I think one of them plays bass and the other, he does the actual vocals. And they sound pretty good. It's called Prince Diamond. If you're looking for a King
Prince Diamond, do they do Prince and
Prince Diamond?
Oh, okay.
They're not the king.
They're not the king. Okay. I was thinking of like, what was that one Black Diamond where they do Iron Diamond? They do Iron Maiden.
Oh, yes.
And then they go out and then come back and they change their clothes and they're fucking King Diamond. It was like the drummer from fucking not Whitechapel, but it doesn't matter. Skeleton Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sings all. He's that band is awesome, dude.
Oh,
now I have to compare.
Yeah, that's all those guys. They also they have a podcast. Everybody has a podcast. Do you know that?
Yeah, especially if you're a white dude.
Yeah, they have one called the Kickstart with Matt and Matt, and they used to be in the whole Sale of Satan. They had the incredible 2-headed horror show they did on there with stuff. Those two dudes, they've known each other forever too, and like they're always a blast to talk to. And then the movie dumpster guys, talked to them again, saw them there. They were selling a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And then by the time of that, you get to found footage came out again, did like the very brief interview. Then they started showing some of the highlights on some of the videos they showed. They did one that was like, cause they always try to do it when they're at events like that where they can show where they don't have to edit stuff or like, so like they always try to get some full frontal male nudity in there somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Equal the shit out.
So there was one that was like, it was like a video for nurses about how to put a catheter in.
Oh, you just gave me a boner.
And he goes,
and they took it away.
And there's always like, and Joe, who's one of the hosts, has like kind of like a running joke he does where he's like, hey, can you just pause that for a second? I need to ask where they pause it like right on the thing where it's like going straight in there.
Yeah, I've had an STD fucking
yeah, and
maybe you should finish that sentence instead of just I've had an STD.
I've had an STD fucking test where that shit sucks.
Steve's had them.
I've never had one. Thank you. Thank you, Katie, for making me clarify.
Every so often I look over and see Katie's face. And she's just horrified. She's like, God,
I've had an STD. Like, what?
Yeah. Now you all do too.
At least it was had.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Sorry, sidetrack. Back to the fun stuff.
But yeah, then they did Chinese Lovemaking Secrets 2, which was basically just men in Speedos thrusting. I don't know what that has to do with Chinese Lovemaking Secrets.
Were they wearing what? No.
And then at the end of that video, in the credits, somebody's name was credited as Cooter Pie, which I don't understand why. It was like Cooter Pie, and I was like, that's an interesting name.
That person's either a porn star or from Hazard County.
Yeah. Cooter Pie.
The good old boy. Cooter Pie.
We actually just had this conversation last night that sometimes when we can cut this out if we need to, when Steve, he has weird nicknames for me, including Penis Pie.
I don't remember these things.
Well, that was awkward.
So Cooter Pie and Penis Pie are just, we should team up.
Yeah, but Cooter Pie is the same word twice. Okay?
Cooter Pie.
Anyways, how many bag burgers had you had by this point?
I like it that Dave has the
two. I mixed some corn dogs in there as well. So
corn dogs, bag burgers.
Corn dog, bag burgers. I had hoagie flavored chips.
What was that?
They taste like a hoagie.
Did you
like a grinder?
Did you count calories this weekend?
No, but man, when I got home, like I was just like, I need to eat like some vegetables.
Yeah, you said it.
I said that. Yeah, I felt so bad.
It's true.
I'm so dehydrated. I need a vegetable,
you could bring your own cooler.
We did.
And have a salad.
There was just beer and bourbon inside of it.
There's just booze and a giant fucking magic elixir bottle full of
God. I'm just saying,
liqueur.
You can buy like 3 salads at like a Kroger for like $2.
We did stop at the
Bag O salad.
I did get me a nice little wrap while I was in this. I had some lettuce in there, so.
I need the iceberg lettuce is good for you.
I needed the roughage. The first movie's Brain Damage. Probably my favorite watching out of everything. Just seeing that on the big screen with a big crowd of people, like that's like a nice, everybody comes together to see Brain Damage.
It's a comfort movie, man.
Yeah, it was really good.
Elmer just being like, "Hey, you want some of these drugs?"
I think that was the one that everybody there really thoroughly enjoyed the most, seeing like on a big screen like that. Because how many times are you going to see Brain Damage on a giant screen? It's usually you're watching it in your living room, But yeah, and during that was the first time we'd ever been shushed by people at the Mahoning.
Like the owners or the people who run it?
People who were working there came by, and I'm not going to say whose fault it was, but there was one person in our party who was being kind of loud.
Hackney.
Yeah. Who, he had a few White Claws that day, and just was like, talking loud. There's also another person I think was also partial to blame, but and they came by and they were like, we've had some complaints. We're gonna need y'all to be quiet over here. And they said, we do work here. And I was like, oh, sorry. Wow,
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah. So, but to our defense, there's a racetrack behind there. So like if you're sitting you can hear like cars in the background, like wah,
where your voice might project on somebody else.
So
they're not hearing that.
We're hearing we're having to talk slightly louder to get over that, and then there's like an airport also by there.
I don't think it's going to hold up in court. But
which the found footage guys said that they were like, every time they show some kind of full frontal male nudity on that giant screen, they're like, I just hope somebody's from the airport flying over and they just see a giant penis on this on the screen as they're flying over in their Cessna. But yeah, the second movie they did, which they flipped it, I thought it was going to be Psychos in Love was going to be second, but it was Flesh Eaters from Outer Space, which I knew nothing about.
And that's the one you talked about wanting to see, right?
Yeah, and I was like, this has all the makings of a perfect shitty movie, and it did. I really enjoyed it. It's a two-parter, so there's a sequel to it that they didn't show, but the description of it's like Jersey metalheads face off against a nasty green flesh eater from beyond the stars, and directed by Warren Disbrow. Was
he there?
He was not there.
Oh,
the Psychos in Love director was there.
Okay, cool.
It's super low budget, super fun. A lot of nudity. There's a scene in the movie where a woman's just taking a shower in a shower with no door or curtain. Like they literally just pay into a bathroom.
Katie's like, oh,
and it's just a big open shower. Like, yes, this is how women shower with no curtain. There's
only at Catholic schools.
Nothing, just a bathroom. But that was one. There's like a lot of, it's like the alien comes down to Earth, and it makes like every scene that you see it is just like a close up of its face, and there's like a big like chomp chomp sound it makes, so it's like hump 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 while you're trying to watch it. But yeah, there's I think I'm gonna probably try to find it somewhere. I think Trauma put like a DVD out with both movies on it.
Okay, cool.
So that was good. Then third movie was Psychos in Love. I own this movie and forgot everything about it.
That's even better.
I thought I remembered stuff, but it's like, oh man, it's like I never even watched this before. I just forgot, because it's a lot of like talking to the camera and like breaking the third wall and all that kind of stuff, where it's like, it's almost like they're being interviewed by somebody, and then it goes to clips of what the people are doing after they describe, like this couple is like, well, when we first met, blah, blah, blah. And then it cuts to them meeting, and it's like, I was really in love with him. And then they're like murdering people and stuff. It's like they're filming it like it's a documentary or something. It's real weird.
Oh yeah. Like that, like the Barbie killers. Let's just record it. Why not? Evidence. What's that mean?
But yeah, and it's like the description, it's like a strip joint owner and a manicurist find that they have many things in common. The foremost being that they are psychotic serial killers.
You too? Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, and they fall in love, and it just shows them like killing people forever. And they're like, and you keep thinking the movie's going to end. And I was like, oh, well, this is about over. And I swear it was like 30 minutes go by and you're like, this movie's still on. Like it's still like
they, Return of the King.
Yeah. Like they end the movie. Like they do so many like beats where you're like, oh, the movie's getting ready to end now. And you're like, no, there's like another 15 minutes after this. It's like, good God. And that was the day we actually stayed for all the movies that night. And by the time we left there, I think we left there about 3:30 in the morning on Saturday, which they used to do a fourth movie on both days, which means I think when they did 4 movies, it would end at like 5 a.m. or something, or like 4:30 in the morning, like insane.
Yeah.
But
too much.
Yeah, it's way
far too much.
I think that one in Indiana, they do them to like 5 a.m.
Skyline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me because I could never stay up that long to watch movies.
We're headed there I think in August. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. We already have our tickets to meet Mark Price. I think trick or treat.
There's people that drive to the Mahoning and like just camp out for the whole weekend and sleep in their car and watch movies the entire weekend.
Yeah, like you did the first year.
Yeah, like I did my first year, which I'll never do again. Like God, that was like so just hot and sweaty and just like cleaning, just, baby wipes, cleaning yourself. Then, by the time we get to Sunday, we got back there a little later that day because we knew it was going to be not as packed. And honestly, I doubt they'll do. I said this last year too. I doubt they'll do a third day again. I said that last year, and they did it again this year. But it was still like it was half the amount of vendors and like less than half the amount of people were there. Like it was very obviously not as crowded. But it's still fun having the third day. I mean, they still show movies on Sundays regardless of what's going on anyway. So they may just keep on doing it anyways. But I was walking around on Sunday. I went to the Saturn's Core and Lunch Meat, who does like a VHS thing. I was at their table digging through stuff, and then Frank Henenlotter walked up there.
Hell yeah!
And then he was over there, and he was digging through movies and talking to him about he was like, I own this one on like 4 different copies now, but I can't really get rid of it just because the cover's so cool. And like going through stuff.
That's the stories, Frank.
This is the most I heard him.
God damn it!
He talked more to the Lunch Meat guy than he did to the actual interview. And then he was asking him, he was like, y'all sold a lot today? And they were like, a couple of things here and there, not a whole lot. And he said, well, that's the Sunday curse. I was like, thanks for the encouragement. That was the most I heard him talk the whole weekend. So I was lucky to have been there for that little antidote. But
well, there used to be a time when all vendors, no matter what convention I was at or whatever, like Sunday was discount day. And that was the reason that you went back on Sunday. And now nobody does that.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, do you want to drag this stuff back to your car?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but then they, Sleepaway Camp 2 came on, which I hadn't watched it in a little. I've seen it enough. I have the, very coveted Blu-ray of it from, that's out of print now. That's
you gave me the poster.
Yeah. Apparently it's like $100 for that Blu-ray now.
Damn.
Cause it's been out of print. I think they're having a 4K come out. Anyways, I forgot how awesome the soundtrack that was.
Yeah.
Cause it's like,
I think it's better than the whole movie's better than the first one. And I love the first one.
It's like Anvil has like a song on there. This band Obsession has a song on both movies. But I was like, damn, this soundtrack actually kind of rules.
Isn't the second one the one where they have a band play in the middle of the camp, or is that the third one?
That's the second one. Where they do I'm a Happy Camper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's whenever we woke up on Sunday, Hackney comes like walking down the steps going, oh, I'm a happy camper. I started singing that like loud as shit. I was like, man, you gotta stop. Like, yeah, he was in full mode there. But yeah, Sleepaway Camp 2, I think the biggest thing about those two movies that kind of dates them is there's so many like just slurs and like just some of it you're just like watching, you're like, oh man,
it's very 80s.
Yes, very 80s.
And it's a camp movie for adults, so it's going to be very inappropriate.
And like the beginning of it is basically just the beginning of a Friday the 13th movie where they're all sitting around a campfire and they're telling a story and they're like, oh yeah, did you tell the story about Angela? She used to be at this camp.
Isn't she sitting with them?
Yeah, she's literally in the woods behind them and like walks up. But like in the middle of it, which probably got the biggest reaction out of the crowd out of all the times where they say something, you're like, that's a little dated. But like the guy's like going on the rant and he's like, oh, and she had a surgery and our parents all had to pay for it. And everybody was like, oh man, this is so like,
yeah.
It was like, oh God, yeah. like Reagan years, you know. Yeah, and they keep calling her like she was the angel of death. Like they keep calling her the angel of death through the movie, and you're like, I mean, there were some people that wouldn't call her an angel of death. Like, I mean, God.
I mean, that's why it got out of hand. They just kept blowing her fucking ego up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot worse people that probably. I mean, she killed some people, not an angel of death. God.
Well, she killed people that kind of deserved it. Like fucking Judy sucked. That pedophile cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be honest here.
You could call it angel of death. I mean, that camp, the guy who owned the camp was like hooking up with the teenagers at the camp.
Yeah, you're going to equate her with Joseph Mengele?
Yeah.
Who is the angel of death?
Yeah, the actual angel of death.
Some people would call her Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
Taking out the trash.
A lot of those people sucked. Yeah, that was, and then, yeah, then Sleepaway Camp 3 was coming on, and I was like, well, I hope you liked this. I said, if you like that movie, I got some more racial slurs coming your way for part 3, because it's like heavy on that, because it's like, we brought the poor kids and the rich kids to come together in the camp, and it's like an experiment to make them like mix together or something like that.
Yeah, it's like fucking Ernest Goes to Camp, where the kids are like, the juvenile delinquents are being dropped off at the camp. Like, what?
Yeah. And then like one of the delinquents is one of the girls from Night of the Demons.
Oh,
her name is, and her actual name like completely blanks. But I looked it up. You know, the Sunday, the movie, you know, there's only 2 movies Sunday, and they don't do any stuff in between. So it was over about midnight. We got home about 12:30, crashed and drove home, and I made it back to Louisville about 10 o'clock on Monday night. So I was pretty tired. So, cause I meet them in Lexington, and we leave from Lexington, which is about 9 hours from there. So it just wouldn't make sense for them to back here and then me go back that way. You know, so plus I was like, we're all live together in the same state. We shouldn't take 3 cars to this. So I guess I did get some cool stuff.
I was gonna say, what are the goodies?
Yeah. I never go crazy like on tapes and stuff. I know people that go and they leave and have like a stack of tapes like this big. Like
they leave them in their car and then they get warped.
Yeah. That's another thing. You gotta leave in your hot car all day. And I was like, when I got there, my buddy Tom gave me a killer like German thrash album from this band called Assassin from like 1988. Big picture disc too. Like, and he was like, I had this, I figured you'd like it. And I was like, oh shit, dude, that's awesome. So I got that from him. I did get a copy of Night Eyes 2 on VHS with Shannon Tweed.
Oh yeah.
Cause I was
Miss Jen Simmons.
Yeah. I was going through it. I was like, oh man, I have Night Eyes 1 and I have Night Eyes 3. So now I had Night Eyes 2 to complete the trilogy.
Good for you.
Vinegar Syndrome's going to be knocking on your door any day. Be like, we need those VHS tapes.
We're going to have a Night Eyes box set. It's going to be the next Vinegar Syndrome.
And I love those erotic fucking thrillers from like the late 80s and the 90s.
I love those. I do too. I watched the first one. I finally watched because like when I have all of them start watching it. So I watched part 1 on Tuesday, and it was like watching that, and it was like, it has Tawny Roberts.
Tawny Katane?
No, she's in she was on That 70s Show as like the hot mom that lived next door. And she's also,
look it up, Katie.
She's also in, Tourist Trap.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's in Beastmaster.
Yeah, Beastmaster. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Same one. So she's in that. And then she's like playing, she's married to a rock star. And then
Tanya Roberts.
Thank you.
Yes.
She's passed away. Actually, it sucks.
Yeah, I think not long ago.
Yeah.
But she's like married to a rock star. They get a divorce. He hires Night Eyes Security to spy on her to make sure she's not spending any of his money. And so
it's so good. So many saxophone fucking solos.
Oh god, there's so much saxophone
in those movies is great. It's like
so much saxophone. And then the guy spying on her from Night Eyes Security like falls in love with her because she's like, taking it off in front of the camera, and then he falls for her. And then there's a twist.
And there's always a seedy private eye.
Yeah, seedy underbelly going on in that movie. But God. Not that bad of a movie for being Night Eyes. I'm looking forward to finishing the rest of them.
Yeah, I bet I was introduced to so many freaking actors and actresses and from those shitty like late night movies.
Oh yeah. And then Shannon Tweed's in the other 2 or 3 that come after that. So I'm looking forward to see how she picks up the story.
And again, the saxophone is the greatest instrument for film scores. It can be an action movie, a romance, comedy.
That's what I used to love is like when I would watch those movies and then like Lethal Weapon came out, I was like, oh, I get the joke. Oh yeah, Lethal Weapon. Nobody else gets the fucking joke. This is like those late night movies I watch.
Saxophone on Lethal Weapon.
Oh my god,
strolling through the moonlight naked.
Tim Capello everywhere.
Oh yeah. Benny gave me a couple things. I got a copy of Redneck Zombies, which was a newer re-release on VHS. And
really?
Yeah. Somebody else put that out.
Okay.
Because I was looking, I was like, I mean, obviously he didn't get rid of it. He's like, this is worth a lot of money. And like,
here you go.
But it was like something he had, he gave me the Moscow Music Peace Festival VHS.
That was a big deal.
And which
fucking
has
Scorpions helped line that shit up, right?
And it's like Skid Row, Cinderella, and Bon Jovi on there, you know, spreading peace in Moscow.
That was the one where they were like on fucking drugs in the air, like you see the ones that like they're on the jetliner going over there.
They're
That's
flying
the
plane to the Peace Festival, and they're all like high out of their fucking mind, like just trashed on this airplane. They're like, peace.
Sebastian Bach talks about that. He's like, we're all so destroyed, and we're gonna go play for peace.
Go to Russia, just hammered.
Peace.
We're bringing down the wall.
Oh my god.
I did go that company, that same t-shirt company was there. That was there last year. Dry Rot, who I highly suggest checking their shirts out. They got a lot of cool shirts. I got a Escape from New York shirt. Cool front on the back of it. Has Snake's tattoo on his stomach.
Oh yeah,
on the back of it, which is really cool.
So you have a tramp stamp.
Yeah, it's a tramp stamp.
Yeah. Well, it's like this big. It's big.
Oh, boo!
It's just like right on the very bottom.
Yeah, you were on the same page. Dave was like, "Oh, you have a tramp stamp."
I took pictures of all this stuff too, so I'm going to create a lot of work by editing it into the video.
It's fine. Just send it to me, baby.
But yeah, he had tons of cool shirts there. It was like I had to sit there and look and be like, I don't know which one I want to get. Like all these are so fucking good. But yeah, Dry Rot shirts. Really good. I got a really cool copy of the Frankenhooker soundtrack on cassette with like almost like a seafoam green like case on it and like the tape.
Is it like an original release or is it like
it's a new one? Yeah, it's a new one somebody put out. Which I don't even know. I haven't seen like an original one, like physical copy of an original one.
I've never seen a Frankenhooker soundtrack.
Yeah,
and that's what I do.
That's what I was. I saw that and I was like, holy shit, I'll definitely buy that. Yeah, so I got that and it has like a little glittery cover they made for it and everything. It's really cool. Like the packaging's great. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. Hopefully it sounds good. Cause I do actually enjoy that soundtrack to that. It's kind of weird, strange, you know?
Yeah.
And my buddies, Matt and Matt that were there that have the, Kickstarter Matt and Matt podcast, they made like little magnets of themselves, like little woodcut magnets. Like for like the fridge or whatever, one of them has like a third eye on it and it's like opened up like it's like his eyes.
I understand.
Yeah.
I see.
But they gave me that. And then that was pretty cool. Food on the fridge. There was like one joke like over the whole weekend where like it was something that started out very like where nothing actually happened. All the liquor laws there are really weird. Like if you go to Kroger here, you can just buy like 2 30 packs of beer and pay for it and walk out.
Yeah. You
can't, if you go to like a grocery store in Pennsylvania, you can buy one at a time.
I think it's state run. That's why.
You can't buy 2 and liquor is not sold in the same place as beer. So you have to buy it at 2 different places.
Yeah. That's a state run liquor stores and state run beer. Yeah.
It's like, and you can tell everybody from out of state who's walking up to the register with like, there's a guy behind us that had like 4 15 packs of beer in his cart. And they're like, you're going to have to go out and buy each one of those individually. It's insane. And I've gotten used to it now and figured it out. But like, I was up there checking out and I said something like where I was like, I said, Kentucky, you just buy however many you want. And the guy was like, obviously I'd probably heard that about 100 times that day or wherever I'm from, I can do this. He's like, well, it's a state law here. And you can go to the actual beer store down the road, blah. And I was like, okay, dude, I'm just like making conversation, trying to be nice, but I'm sorry I brought this up. But anyways, that little interaction turned into like when we got to actual VHS-FEST, they were like, yeah, we were at the grocery store and Ace just looked at this cash register and was like, cashier was like, listen, buddy, I'll buy as much beer as I want to because in my state, nobody can stop me from buying how many beer. And then like they kept telling it and then they kept making it sound like I did worse stuff every time they told the story.
And then he picked up some Fireball and threw it at the guy.
And then like Travis would just be like, yeah, God, Ace, we were at the grocery store. He grabbed this guy by the collar and said, I'll buy as much beer as I want, pal. And like turned that into
what the fuck?
So the whole weekend I was just like sounding like, and the guy was like the guy was really old too. So it just, and then they're like, Ace just abusing the elderly at the grocery store.
So then I'd be a keg of beer.
That's literally what Travis was doing all week. He was just like, Ace looked at this guy's eyes got real red and he said, give me a keg of beer.
I fucking knew it.
Then I just had to lean into it after a while and just be like, yeah, that happened. That's exactly what happened while we were there.
And then we arm wrestled for the keg.
Yeah.
And I won. one.
He turned into a werewolf and game over.
And then
slam dunked him.
And then, Hackney and me hanging out, the other, there's always like a million inside jokes. The last one I have is like Hackney's, him, having a few White Claws over the day, a few shots, and then where me and him just annoy each other so much to the point where, like, usually by the end of the night, like, he'll just be like, I swear to God, if you open your mouth one more time, he's like, I'm going to give you one right in the mouth, right up Main Street. Like, he just kept saying, like,
Ralph Crampton?
Yeah. He's like, he just kept saying, he was like, dude, he's like, Ace, man, if you keep talking over there, I'm just right up Main Street, buddy. I'm just going to punch you right up Main Street. Kept saying Main Street over and over again. Which, that was another thing that happened. And, but that's pretty much the small gist of VHS-FEST 9. It's always a lot more, hanging out with your friends and having fun than it is like, I watched this movie, but all the movies were great. Everything I saw except for Twisted Issues, which was kind of boring, but
they can't all be beautiful, man.
Yeah, they can't all be bangers.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do for 10, because that is going to be the 10th anniversary of it. So
yeah, you think like the amount of guests and the quality of guests that they've had over just the few years I've looked into them, like, who's next?
Charles Band. He's got a whole fucking bunch of VHS tapes that he just found.
As funny as that would be a good one, because the amount of films and movies that are on VHS that he's done, like, there's so many good ones and there's so many bad ones.
Yeah, and I think honestly they've kind of ran out of those, like, real classic, like, shot on video movies you can show, because there's a lot of shot on video movies, but like,
there's a lot of bad ones.
There's a lot of bad ones.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Like, that's the thing about when those people are like, oh, it wasn't like it used to be. It's like, because they've been doing this for so long, and it's 3 nights or whatever.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Like, there was a time when Gore Club showed 5 movies a fucking week. I ran out.
Yeah. And it's like, so I'm sure it'll be awesome next year too, but it is like they're running out. I think they are running out of those, like, classic, like, VHS only movies to watch, which it would, honestly, I know it's VHS-FEST, but they do show stuff on film there, which when they show a lot of the tapes, like, screened up there, but I still want to go there and see, like, some old movie, like, on actual film at the drive-in that they do there, which is really cool. But I kept telling Hackney all weekend, I said, dude, my name's on this house. If you ruin my Airbnb rating,
right up Main Street,
buddy.
Reverse. Right down Main Street. Yeah. In the dick. I'll punch you in the dick.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time was had ball.
Yeah, that's VHS-FEST in a clamshell.
In a clamshell.
That's right. I have all the good ones.
So, I did think of a question.
Oh no, I was not prepared. Oh fuck.
So Ace said it's getting too crowded. What movie would you show to just get rid of half the crowd immediately?
Oh. Because you could be like highbrow and then all the fucking like, oh no, this is supposed to be like crap. Lower, I don't know. Amadeus.
Show Amadeus. Make it classier.
Yeah.
I was thinking like
it would piss off all the, like you said. I mean, I would be mad. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Kool-Aid at the
show Terrifier.
No.
Dude, you talking about a crowd of people? I know we've been shitting on Terrifier a lot lately.
For like 4 episodes.
He's talking about a crowd of people who don't like Terrifier. I'm pretty sure it's the VHS-FEST crowd.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you would get jaded horror fans.
You'd get rid of all the old school people that way. They'd be like, I've been here since the beginning. I'm done.
So exactly. There's 2 types of people that love this kind of stuff, and you get divided when it comes to either you have people who love The Barn, and you have people who love Terrifier. I'm a Barn person. The Barn franchise I think is fucking great. And then Terrifier is like, I wanted it to be what that was, but
I knew this was going to start the conversation again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I would say like something highbrow, ridiculous that pissed everybody off, like literally pissed people off.
Criterion.
Yeah, something. Well, I mean, there's some
Eraserhead.
Armageddon is a Criterion, baby. No, even Eraserhead would like people would be like, oh, it's good.
Eyes wide shut.
I would say something like highbrow, like I'm not kidding, like Amadeus.
No, and nobody would be pissed off. Be like, oh god, I just watched like fucking what was that shitty movie you watched there?
Flesh Eaters.
Yeah.
Outer Space.
I just just watched Flesh Eaters from Outer Space, and it segues perfectly into Empire Strikes Back.
All right, Dracula 2000.
Oh yeah, that would be one. That like you'd think like you could say something like gross, like you're gonna run everybody off, but like in years past, like,
no, it's the opposite.
But if you played something really gross, then you would run all the tourist stuff.
Oh yeah, within the herd. So like,
dude, the first year I went, they played Black Past, which is like one of those like old like German, like German subtitles, like just the goriest, like every gore scene in that movie is like genital mutilation, like
I'll just show like August Underground.
Yeah, show a Serbian film, and then the found footage guys can be like, and pause. Hold on a second, like every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
but I would even think that movie's a little bit too polished for that crowd. Like if you really want to get like piss off people, like I'm in that mode, and you show me something that's got like spices on it, I'm gonna be fucking mad. I want a hot dog. It's plain as fuck. That didn't sound right at all.
I don't know.
I want Dave's hot dog.
Like, I've never been a fan of shot on VHS. There are some good ones, but for me, it was never.
Darkness is my favorite shot on video.
That would be a great way to describe
a vampire movie that came out in the early 90s, and not enough people talk about it. But it was in every magazine you would buy. It was like a whole splash page for this VHS that came out, and they even made an uncut version.
Yeah,
God, that VHS is worth so much fucking money.
I mean, really, you're talking about like a crowd of people who like last year watched this horrible movie that I called At Dawn They Sleep. And literally like the highlight of the movie was the end of it when they show that possum in the tree. And I was like,
oh yeah, you talked about that. Yeah.
And it's like, they keep showing the pie, cuts back, goes to the possum, cuts back, goes back to the possum. And everybody's like, yes, cheering the possum on. And like, literally like, that almost turned into a trope where you're like, me and Travis would talk about these movies like that people watch and stuff, and it'd be like, it's like, look, man, it's okay, but it definitely doesn't have a possum in a tree moment. Like,
oh, poor little possum.
So, but yeah,
what's yours, Dave?
I said I'd just show something shitty like.
Oh, I thought you were being.
I mean, it was poking the bear, and that, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, because it depends on what your goal is. Like I said, if you wanted to really like get the squares out, you could show something really fucking sick.
Yeah,
but like even when Joe Bob did a shot on VHS night, everybody's like, "Oh my god, Things is amazing." I'm like, "No, it's not."
No, it's you should watch it like one time and be like, "Okay, I never need to do this again."
Yeah,
like,
I'm still not sure what I watched.
Yeah, that movie's a T-shirt that you just like, "Hey, I got a Things shirt." And you're like, "Yeah, that's funny, huh?" It's like,
it sucks.
It's like I watched it one time, but I got this funny T-shirt with the movie Things on it. It's hilarious.
Oh well, I guess we'll get the fuck out of here though. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you went. I'm glad you survived.
Yeah,
VHS-FEST.
I survived. I came back, drank a lot of liquid IV, made some rice and vegetables and ate it. And felt better.
Fuck yes,
liquid IV and some stir fry.
Yeah, some stir fry felt good. It was a good cure for the VHS-FEST blues.
Yeah, and I'm anticipating next year to be really good. Really, really good.
Sorry, that's my. Oh, they showed Jason X.
Shut up.
Oh God, what they did that it's like VHS-FEST 10, Jason X.
Jason X. All just movies that have X in it besides X.
That would be the movie I would show to get me to leave. That's
Dave, you want to get us out of here?
Hey, thanks for listening to us.
Remember, Anchor is not
everybody. Wherever you're listening to us at, because Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, Apple Podcast, verbal.com, YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, you can even find us in the TikTok if you wish.
TikTok. You sound old when you say it like that.
I know, I'm supposed to. The TikTok, the sports ball.
You guys like the TikTok?
Bye.
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 Gore Club. This is the Gore Club podcast with Steve Vessell, Ace, and Deathmetal Dave.